Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
Time to catch up with my mate and broadcaster John McBeth, who is working his way in Auckland, and it's another week, isn't it? Another 4 days of bowls up there.
Yeah, it is at the Newland Centre. It's really good. I'm just actually coasting around. It's a bit of a later start tonight, 7 o'clock. Just 2 matches tonight. I'd like to tell you who's playing, but I left my notes behind, so that doesn't matter. But I see the Stoke team is here in Hinawera Heat. Stoke without Shannon McElroy. He's gone off to Australia this week, so he wasn't required for their events last week. But it's turning to be a very good competition, and I know there are a lot of traditional bowlers out there who are not all that impressed with it, but there are, for example, I had a young tradie came around to my place yesterday, and he was asking about it. So he'd seen it, didn't know anything about it, and said, that looks like fun, actually. He said, I might have a go at that. And that's exactly what they're trying to achieve, Ron, as you know. So it's bowls, but it's not what we all know, but it'll be more and more of this bowl 3-5 to come over the years.
Yeah, it looks that way, doesn't it? What I'd like to see, and the only thing that I think annoys me a little bit is you have to come back and start again. You know, it'd be good if you could actually just start at the other end, and I know it's difficult with the cameras and everything, so it makes
and that's it. I mean, if you're playing at a club, then you can do that, of course, just play from the other end. I know there was, what were they talking about, getting sort of another set of bowls up the other end, so that someone would just cart them up in between time, so that the bowlers didn't have to take them up. There'd be another set waiting for you, and that's possibly something I'll look at.
Yeah, it might be too. All right, let's talk a little bit of cricket, and what an outstanding performance from this New Zealand side to knock over an England side that looked pretty handy.
Well, I think it's a result which will have surprised most people around the country and in fact around the cricketing world. And that English team isn't bad at all, is it? And they've met with a lot of success in recent times. One of the most impressive fast bowlers, and they've got for example, Joe Root as one of the leading batsmen. They struggled a wee bit at opener. It looked as though they were really going through a stage that we used to, and still are really, trying to find a settled opening combination. But when you look at what they've achieved, I really did expect them to go in as favourites, and possibly they were, but we saw a remarkable team effort from New Zealand when all the batsmen got a few runs. And then when it really mattered, that lower order kicked in and just batted sensationally. They just drained the energy and enthusiasm out of the opposition. They could see the score mounting, and they knew that they were being played out of the game, and they knew that they'd then have to bat to save it, and it was a big ask, and they couldn't do it. So, psychologically, a big win for New Zealand, and, from their world ranking and their reputation point of view, is absolutely sensational win.
Yeah, it was indeed. And I must say, Watling, he's sort of been overlooked as he's not a swashbuckler, but he goes out there and just plays the game. Now, BJ is supplanted, I would think, Brendan McCullum as New Zealand's best keeper batsman, the way he's playing at the moment.
Oh, well, McCullum was a totally different player, wasn't he? But what I liked was, I think it was Williamson, who's played with Watling a lot over the years, said he doesn't know of anyone who's more dedicated and who spends almost every awake moment working on ways to improve himself in cricket. So, the reward's there, and he's a great example. I'd love to get inside his head a wee bit and find out what's going on while he's out there. He was unflappable, and 200. What did he bat? 6 hours? Gee, that's pretty impressive, eh?
Well, you and I would have gone to sleep by then, I think.
6 minutes would have been big.
Yeah. Trent Boult, obviously, is fitness race for Perth. He won't be playing in the second Test match. But they've got Lockie Ferguson to come in and give the Englishman a bit of a rip. And the Black Caps pay Spearhead almost certain to miss the second Test as the team anxiously
I suppose so.
Waits a scan on his injury.
But, when you've got Archer in your team and bowling at you in the nets, Lockie Ferguson's shouldn't really hurry them up with his speed, so they should be used to that, but it's coming from a different angle with Ferguson. He does a bit, does different things with the ball. He's new and green and hasn't played much Test cricket, so what will Hamilton produce as a wicket? I have no idea, but it'll be more typical New Zealand conditions, wouldn't you think? And they'd like to bowl first.
Just quickly, I see that Rennie has grabbed a new Wallabies coach. Reportedly, he was the guy who helped plot the All Blacks World Cup demise. So that's interesting. He's an Australian, though.
I haven't seen that because I knew he's got. Well, you know, I quite like the fact that Dave Rennie has gone and knowing that there'll be plenty of criticism and he'll be under fire for a long time, but that won't worry Dave Rennie, and he's got such a good background and he's got such a great record, and Rallying Castle will help in this area, I would imagine, Ron, that if people start criticising and, you know, not supporting Rennie, then she'll have words to say so long as she's there. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen that who it is, but good on him. He couldn't afford to go to, you know, anyone outside of Australia. He's got to have an all-Australian team with him.
Yeah, he does as well. He was their attack coach, I think, at the time. I didn't even know him until today either. All right, mate. Well, listen, you enjoy your bowls, and we'll catch you up over the weekend probably, because I think we'll play some bowls, don't we?
We'll do.
All right, matey.
Cheers. Okay.
Bye, bud. That is John McBeth with us here on Beach FM.
106.3 Beach FM.